tell me that you love.
What is up, everybody? Today we are reviewing the Run the Neighborhood trailer. It is 2 days old, so I'm a little bit late on this, but I did see some stuff not a lot of people saw, so I'm gonna go ahead and review that. I know, let me stop this right here real quick, but I know there's some people that have been talking about the game because they got to actually play, and I have seen some of those videos, so I do have some information, but for the most part this is gonna be just straight up guessing off of the video on the background. So right away we see this cutscene, which I see a lot of people talking about how this is just emotes that you can do in the playground, but in my opinion it's not. This is a cutscene. This is in fact, in my opinion, the first cutscene you're gonna see. When you create your player, you're gonna have this cutscene where you shake that guy's hand and then just go into the proving ground, which is this right here that we are seeing. This proving ground is 100%, in my opinion, going to be something that is gonna test you to see what overall you're gonna get to start the game off. I think you're gonna start off when you create your player in, they're gonna put you into this game, you're gonna play, and depending on how good you play is the overall that you're gonna start with. That's just my guess, I might be wrong. And then we also see the wall of fame. It says the date the person became a legend, and it says their affiliation. That's obviously the best players at the park at the moment. And then we see the legendary court, which is a 2-on-2. It looks like it's a full court thing, but nah, it's actually a 2-on-2. You guys can see two God next on each side. Then we have River City, the Ballers, and the Flyers all next to each other. It's only 2 court per part, so we'll see about that. Or per affiliation, I should say. It's only 1 part. And then we have the 2K song on the right. We'll get into that later on. And on the left right here, we can see Doc's Barbershop and the Tattoo Parlor next to each, like they're next to each other. So that's pretty cool. They're close. We see some bikes you unlock at level 90. And on the right we see the swag store. This is the store that's gonna sell you stuff like just, you know, regular clothing, like what people are wearing right there. This is just where you're gonna buy your clothing from. However, there's another clothing store right here. The NBA store is obviously another clothing store that's gonna sell you like NBA related clothing, so where you get the jerseys and the, you know, training shirts and stuff like that from real NBA teams. On the right we see Foot Locker, that's obviously for shoes, and right in front of it the Pro-Am Team Arena. Obviously that's a self-explanatory, we'll get into that later on too. Right here on the right we see a dunk off. I'm not sure if they're gonna have 3-point shootout, but they definitely have a dunk off. It's again self-explanatory. Right there we can see the venue, and in there is where we're gonna have game modes such as the Drew ×3 tournament that they have, and then some other like 4-point shootout and stuff like that that we'll get eventually. In front of it we have the team practice facility, and we see the 76ers logo. In my opinion, depending on what team you're on, is what logo you're gonna see. It just makes sense. There's no point, if you play for Boston, you wouldn't practice on the 76ers facility. So I'm thinking depending on what team you play on, that's what logo you're gonna see there. And then right here on the right we see the training facility. Again, we'll get to that in a second. There will be more video about that. Right here we see a lot of people doing random emotes and stuff like that. And this is something that I found really funny. You know, when you're playing 2K17, you can see a shooter from a mile away. The way they're dressed, the way they have their tattoos set up, it's gonna get even crazier with these hairstyles and these new hair colors and stuff like that. So that's gonna get insane. Here's a clip of the dunk off. We see someone doing the dunk, and then some people running around. Here's some gameplay. Here's a 2K song that I talked to you guys about. And then we see this game mode where, you know, you put in your coins, or BC in this case, and then you'll play, try to set a high record. And in this game, what I'm assuming they'll set a score for you, and if you meet it, you keep leveling up, and that'll be pretty cool. Here's a trivia challenge, so some trivia question. Hopefully it doesn't get too repetitive and people just learn it by heart, but hopefully there's a lot of questions to where every time you play there's a different question each time. But either way, there's a trivia challenge if you're interested in that. Here's a swag store, you buy your clothing. The barbershop, there's already a video showing every single haircut. If you want to go check that out, just do your research and you'll see it. It's pretty cool. There's no designs that you can't really like choose a hairstyle and then give it a design. Like these signs are already preset, but they are pretty dope, so that's cool. Here's some of the shoes from Foot Locker. And here's the training facility. Something I'm wondering is whether or not this is viable. Like if this is a viable option if you want to level up your character. because I see there's some like bench presses that's probably gonna give you strength. There's some vertical stuff. There's stamina on the back with a treadmill, and maybe you might get speed doing suicides or whatever this guy on the left doing. Tell me this guy don't look like one of those little trolls toys. Either way, let's keep going. Yeah, it's just more training facility gameplay. Here we see the team facility. It's a little bit different from the previous year where you only have one, but same thing, same premise anyways. Here's a cutscene, and here's the badges. They have a tracker now, which is kind of weird because it said that once you reach like a certain overall, like I know once you reach overall 85 you unlock a badge, so I don't know what the tracker means. It might be that after you unlock the overall you have to like use the tracker to level it up, you know, to upgrade it to gold, silver, you know, etc. And then we keep going and see the attributes. Then here's the leveling up animation. This guy went from 75 to 80. I don't know how that worked. And on the back you could see the king of the court, so I'm assuming that's a one-on-one game mode. And then here's the Pro-Am Team Arena. It's the same exact arena as the previous year. They didn't change anything. It's still in a high school looking arena, which kind of sucks. But yeah, you know, the same thing as the previous year when it comes to Pro-Am. And here's some more park gameplay. Here you see a cutscene, I'm guessing, because you have a lot of NBA players in the back of you. This is Damian Lillard, Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Isaiah Thomas, D'Angelo Russell, and Joel Embiid. So here's the 2-on-2 legendary court, and then just the neighborhood. You get the tattoo parlor right there. Here we see once again the dunk off. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole entire video. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, make sure you let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.